Okay, so if you're working with AI at all, you've probably noticed something. The rules have completely changed. The prompt engineering techniques that were working just last year, they're pretty much obsolete now. The whole way we talk to AI has fundamentally shifted, and today, we're going to break down the new playbook for getting absolutely incredible results.
And no, that's not an exaggeration. The simple little tips and tricks that worked on older models are now, believe it or not, holding you back. To really stay ahead of the curve, you have to understand what's changed and master the new patterns that actually work with today's super powerful AI systems.
So, why did everything change so fast? Well, it's pretty simple actually. The AI models themselves have gone through this massive evolution. They aren't the same simple text-in, text-out machines they were a year ago, which means our methods for talking to them have to evolve too.
In this evolution, it completely reframes our entire relationship with AI. Today's models can see, they can hear, and they can remember things. They can reason through really complex problems, and sometimes even act on their own. The crucial point is this: we're no longer prompting a simple tool, we're collaborating with an intelligent partner.
So, that brings us to the new playbook, and you can forget just writing longer prompts. Today, it's all about structured thinking. We're going to walk through 4 super powerful patterns that will immediately upgrade your results: role stacking, constraint sandwiching, self-correction loops, and multi-persona collaboration.
First up is role stacking. So instead of asking the AI to be just one thing, you assign it multiple, complementary expert personas. What this does is it kind of forces the model to access different parts of its training and combine different ways of thinking, which gives you a much more robust and layered analysis in the end.
The process here is all about layering. You assign the roles first, an analyst, then a strategist, then maybe a critic. You stack all this expertise before you even state your actual request. This just primes the AI for a much higher level of thinking.
And this example just illustrates it perfectly. You're not just getting some growth strategies, you're getting strategies that are data-driven, strategically sound, and they've been pre-vetted for potential weaknesses. It's like a complete analytical package, all from just one prompt. Now, let's look at another way to add some structure.
Okay, next we have constraint sandwiching. This one is a personal favorite of mine, especially for getting the AI to follow really specific rules, like formatting. The idea is simple. You state your constraints, you give the task, and then you repeat the most important constraint at the very end. It's like this powerful reminder that the AI just can't ignore.
And it's that structure that makes it so effective. It's a simple 3-step process: rules, then the task, and then a final reminder of those rules. This really focuses the AI's attention exactly where you need it, and it dramatically reduces errors.
Just look at this example. By sandwiching the request between that JSON format rule, you're practically guaranteeing you'll get a clean, usable output that you can just plug directly into your code. It's incredibly effective for any task that needs a strict structure.
All right, this next one is wild. It's like giving the AI its own internal quality control department. With self-correction loops, you tell the AI to produce a first draft, then immediately analyze that draft for any flaws, and finally create a better version based on its own critique.
The real magic here is in that generate, critique, improve cycle. You're essentially automating the entire revision process. This is a total game changer for complex stuff like writing code, drafting detailed reports, or even just refining creative ideas.
This coding example is perfect. You're not just asking for code, you're asking for optimized code. The AI does the initial work and then it acts as its own senior developer, reviewing and improving its own logic. This leads to results that are way more polished and efficient. And our final pattern is multi-persona collaboration. Now, this is a more advanced technique where you have the AI simulate a conversation between different experts. It's like having a brainstorming session with a whole team of specialists, letting you uncover new perspectives and see the hidden sides of an issue.
The key here is to define distinct, maybe even conflicting personas. For example, you could pit an optimistic tech visionary against a really pragmatic financial officer. You give them a problem to debate, and then you just ask the AI to synthesize their arguments into a final, balanced conclusion.
And how cool is this? You can get insights by pitting historical figures against modern experts. A prompt like this doesn't just give you a list of ideas. It gives you a rich, nuanced exploration of a topic from multiple, really well-defined viewpoints.
Okay, I know that was a lot of theory, so let's make this real. We're going to look at a couple quick before and after examples to see just how dramatic the improvement can actually be.
So on the left, you've got a typical kind of vague prompt. You'd get a generic, probably confusing answer. But on the right, using role stacking, the AI is forced to be both technically precise and incredibly simple. The result is an explanation that's clear, accurate, and useful to a much wider audience. The difference is night and day.
Here's another one. The old prompt on the left is a total gamble. You might get something too long, too boring, or just completely unusable. But with constraint sandwiching, you get a tweet that fits the character limit, matches the tone, and is ready to post. That's the difference right there. You go from a vague suggestion to a ready-to-use solution.
So what's the big takeaway here? What does all this add up to? Well, these patterns aren't just clever tricks. They really represent a fundamental change in how we should think about interacting with AI. It's becoming less about just asking questions and more about designing processes.
And this right here, this is the single most important takeaway. Your role is shifting from that of a user to that of an architect. You're not just typing into a box anymore. You are designing a system of instructions, roles, and constraints to guide an intelligent agent toward the best possible outcome.
So I'll leave you with this question. The next time you open up an AI interface, just ask yourself, are you just talking to a chatbot, or are you ready to start designing an intelligent system? Because the answer to that question is going to change everything about the results you get. Thanks for tuning in.